Today are Pastor Andy and Kanesh.
Hello, Pastor. And we are back with our usual intro.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know what people are seeing out there, but on my screen, your mouth and your voice is not same.
Okay. Fortunately, for you, it's quite sick.
Yes.
But it's okay.
I pay my internet bill. You didn't pay your bill. Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yes.
Pastor. So
What are we
today we're
talking
talking about this. It's a very Christian topic lah. We talk about evangelism.
Okay. What on earth is that?
So we also want to find out. Well, let me share maybe my understanding of evangelism, and then we also get to hear from the rest. Basically, evangelism to me is telling someone about something you like and making sure that they like the things that you like.
Okay. How do you make sure they like the same thing you like?
I don't know. They have to taste it, right, Pastor? So someone gave me an analogy, right? If you like a movie, like I totally like I don't know, movie Star Wars movie. I like it. I go and talk to my friends about Star Wars. Then I bring excitement to it. I make them like it, and I make them watch Star Wars also. And some call it evangelism. So I make them a Star Wars fan.
Okay. So evangelism is telling other people about something that you yourself like or passionate about, and hoping that they will feel the same.
I think the key word is passionate about it, right? Because you have to like it in order to share it.
Yeah. Okay.
But what's your story,
Alright,
Pastor?
cool. So who are we talking to today?
Yeah.
My story.
In the context of evangelism, right? In the context of Christianity, we always say we are passionate about Jesus, right? Which is the head of Christianity, right? The model, the God that we believe in. And because we are passionate about it, we want to talk to people about it. And because of that, right, there's a lot of stories that comes back. So some accept it, some don't accept it. Do you have one of those stories?
Yeah. Stories or other people, and then they believe or they don't believe in it.
So we get like a ground of evangelism.
I remember when I was in school, I think Form 4, Form 5. I was very passionate about Christianity at the time, and I brought my Bible to school. I'm not sure whether it was allowed or not, but I brought it anyway and I put it on my table. And I left it there until some people got curious about it and came over to my table to flip the Bible and try to read it. And then they asked me about what's this, and then I shared with them about the Bible and Christianity and Jesus. And eventually, 2 people decided that they also want to be Christian lah. Yeah.
So they bought into your passion lah.
I think so lah. Or maybe they didn't buy into my passion lah. They're more like they discover for themselves lah.
Yeah.
It's like you don't like coffee, I like coffee. I tell you how good coffee is, and then after a while you start drinking coffee. I don't think after a while you're not like drinking coffee because I like coffee. What you'll be drinking it because you yourself like it. What after a while, right?
Okay. Very nice. Yes. Okay, so we have 2 teenagers with us because we put this into
teenagers, huh? Wow.
Yes. One more slightly older.
One is older teenager lah. Okay.
We put this into context. We wanted to hear what young people today. See, I cannot say teenagers already. What young people today think about evangelism. Yes, is it a nice thing to do? Is it a not nice thing to do?
Yes.
Yeah. So we hear from them. We hear some of their stories and all that.
Great.
Okay. Yes. So the teenager, the younger one, her name is Ariel. Ariel, you can come on screen. Yes.
Oh.
Yes, wow. This one is like
Hello.
our regular lah.
Ariel look like she's in heaven, way. So bright.
And the
Yeah,
not
what is
so teenager is still young. Joshua Yap. Yes, Joshua Yap.
Yo, hi.
Ah,
Yes,
Yeah.
Joshua. Joshua, maybe you introduce a little bit about yourself lah.
Okay, so my name's Joshua. They're calling me young because I'm technically like still campus student. Kind of just graduating already. So I'm at the end point already. Gonna start working soon. But yeah, I did business
wow.
and I was in X-Teens when I was 12. So that was about 10 plus years ago. So I've been doing stuff with Pastor Andy for like a while lah. Yeah, for context. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Wow,
Cool,
Pastor, you literally
Awesome.
saw Joshua grew up.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Pastor.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
man.
man.
I feel old, man.
To me, Pastor has been the same for like the past 10 years.
Wow, from a teenager to college, and now
Oh,
you're gonna
man.
work. Soon you're gonna get married. Wow, this Pastor.
Get married. Wow. Power. I must go and dig up all the old photos, so that during his wedding I can
Right,
brag him.
yeah. And
Great. Good to
yes,
have you, Joshua.
yes, awesome. And we also have
Yes.
Ariel. Ariel serves with us in X-Teens. You want to
Yeah, Ariel.
talk a bit about yourself? Introduce yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
Our
our regular.
we should actually make you regular lah.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe you just take over lah, ATChat.
That's very, very high praise. Yeah, I'm Ariel and I'm 16 this year. And yeah, I really like eating pizza.
You see, Pastor,
Huh?
she's trying to evangelize.
Yeah.
What?
Pizza with pineapples.
Yes, actually, pizza with pineapple.
Wow. Yeah lah. I like pineapples.
Me
on
too.
pizza.
Me too. Very nice.
Yeah.
And everyone was
Okay.
fine with it until the internet decided to evangelize pizzas without pineapple.
Yeah, what's up with that, man? Something wrong. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, what's next?
Yeah.
Is there something special prepared today
Yes. So we
for our guests? Yeah.
that's right. So Joshua and Ariel, we're gonna play a very simple game. So the title of today's chat is Evangelism, Gung Ho or No Go. Basically, we're talking about two extremes, right? Whether we do so much to evangelize because we're passionate about it, and especially in the context of being a Christian, how far will we go, or will we not go at all because of whatever reason? Okay, but before we talk about all that, for those of you viewing, if you have any questions at all, if you like to ask stories, you like to share your stories, you like to ask Joshua or Ariel their stories, feel free to let us know in the comment section, or go to Slido, because there you can comment as an anonymous person and we'll respect that, and
Wow.
ask a question, we will attempt to answer them. All right, but now we have a game. Okay, so this game is called let me see, extreme or not. So I'm going to give you scenarios of Christians who try to evangelize using certain ways, and you share with us how extreme do you think it is, within a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, 10 being extreme, 1 being meh, normal lah, anyone can do this, that kind of thing. Okay, then maybe you can share why. Ready? Okay, but don't think so much lah, just answer. Okay. All right, number 1, bringing a Bible to school and putting it on a table to create opportunity for conversations. How extreme is this? Extreme or not?
It's
Wow.
not extreme.
Yeah.
Like
I
what?
mean, scale, right? Probably like what? 1, 2?
One,
Zero.
Simple stuff.
Zero.
0.
Anyone?
She from a different kind of school, right? So,
Oh, yeah, true.
right.
That's true.
Wow. This is so Pastor Andy. He just now actually shared that he did this. That means to say, right, like the evangelism activity last time 40 years ago, and now it's like still relevant.
Yeah.
I have to go and bring in the age,
Yes. So, question: have you all tried this?
Because I went to a somewhat Christian high school, so actually a lot of people did this. So
Okay.
yeah, yes, no, kind of same lah. Yeah.
Yeah, I have like Bible class as well, so I have to.
Yeah.
Uh,
We're not the greatest people to answer
No.
this question. Our schools are all like,
yeah. Then I give a lot of credit to Pastor Andy because honestly,
Yeah.
I think if I'm young, this is a very challenging thing to do for me. I would consider it maybe medium to extreme, maybe 5 or 6. The reason why I say that is because in Malaysia, we are not allowed to publicly evangelize Christianity. So putting a Bible on the table actually says a lot, right? It says a lot. While I mean, it's nice. I kind of encourage it, but I don't think I have that kind of faith to do it. Lah. I scared like my Malay friends will come and stone me. And I mean, I'm not putting them down. It's just the nature of the laws in our country, right? So I'm afraid, lah. I'm afraid. Yeah.
Yeah, I did it in a government school,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Power lah.
But anyway, maybe my class memang like jokers on lah. They don't care.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
Okay.
Next. Okay.
Next one.
Extreme or not? Asking to pray for a friend randomly. Wow.
I think this one like
So
5 to 6 probably around there. 6.
5 to
Yeah,
6.
let's put it at 6 lah. Depends who you're asking, I guess.
why? Because is it because it's randomly? What if it's not randomly?
Yeah, if it's randomly, it's probably like a 6. But if it's not randomly, then it's like someone who's closer to you already knows like your background stuff. It's probably like a 1, 2. Yeah.
Yeah, for me,
Okay.
I think it depends. Like for instance, I did this recently, but then but I'm part of VA and it's like all Christian, and so it's quite okay lah. But if I do it, for instance, for like a friend who's in C field or like friends that I know don't come to church, that is like not part of this very tight community, then I agree with like 5 or 6.
Okay.
Yeah. But from what I can say is like, for me, if asking like pray for people, most of the time it's not random, so I can't really give a good question. Cause like when you want to pray for someone, you have to be like, for me lah, it's like you have to be intentional about it, or not. There's like no point. You don't randomly just ask to pray for someone, just cause of it. Normally it's you're asking cause like your friends like someone in their family is like sick or they have some problems and stuff. Then suddenly out of nowhere you just bring it up like, oh, let me pray for you, that kind of thing. So that's, yeah, I don't think this one's as common as you might think lah. Just the random part, I guess.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Okay. So depends
All right.
on context, situation, and all that. Lah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair. All right. The organizer prepared question a bit vague lah. Huh? Okay. Next. Bringing a friend to your home and getting him or her to watch Passion of Christ. Yeah. I don't know if
Wow.
you know this movie. Pastor, you know this show? It's your
I know.
It's your kind of, your kind of.
Yeah, sure. Hello. Okay. Yeah, rate.
So what is it? Is it like very bloody?
Okay, so
It is.
let's not talk about bloody or not bloody. So Passion of Christ is basically a movie about the life of Jesus all the way to the cross. He died and he came again. So basically, the story of Jesus. Okay, made into a movie. Okay, so question is, bringing a friend to your house, and then you suddenly go and on the TV and you play Passion of Christ, and getting him or her to watch. What do you think about that? Is it extreme or not?
For me, I think it's a good like 7, 8. Yeah, 8. Yeah. It's pretty high up there.
Oh, it's a movie or what's wrong with a movie?
I mean, it's a pretty well-known movie, first of all, because Mel Gibson, right? And
Yeah.
also might not be that easy to get people to watch it because it's old. Relative. I mean, I watched this movie when I was like 4 years old on VCR.
Okay.
So it's a bit hard to convince people to like watch this kind of show. Whereas it's like other movies. Like even if you just put it out there, like, oh, it's a cool movie, just watch that. It's still like
Yeah.
harder. Yeah.
Ariel, you have
Okay.
not watched this show, right?
No, but I just googled it. So subtle.
Wow.
You invite to your house and you play. But I think since it's just a movie, I think maybe like 4 or 5.
Mhm.
Not bad, you guys so daring. But let me tell you a story. When I was young,
Ah.
I was invited to a Christmas party. So I was invited there, and then kind of like, oh wait, is it a Christmas party? I think it was Easter or something, probably Easter. And then they played this show and all that. But as a young guy going into this person's home and watching it without being told what I was watching, right, it really looked like a movie. So the movie is not like at your face, you must be a Christian, repent or blah 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 blah. It's a movie lah. It's a movie about Jesus. So in that sense, I think I took it as that lah.
Mhm.
But sometimes sometimes maybe as Christians we think so much like, oh, what would he think or he feel all that. But it's really just a movie. But I was young that time. I didn't know better. But it's really gory, this show. Okay, we move on. Next. Telling a friend you're going to bring him or her for a Christmas party and you brought them to church. How about that?
Wow.
Hmm.
Satu mo.
I mean, there's nothing wrong, right? Like the Christmas party can be at church. It just happens to be at the same location.
I mean, yeah, it sounds like pretty easy to do. I find because like I don't know about like younger people, but like most people who are like my age now, they are like kind of educated about Christmas is kind of related to church as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
So not extreme.
Okay.
not really, especially if they know you lah.
Okay. But don't you
Very
feel
cool.
like you're lying to a person?
No, church is a party. Yeah, that's right.
Wow. That's how Christian thinks.
Yep,
I appreciate that.
that's right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Last one.
Not too bad, this one. Huh? Okay.
Telling a friend that they are sinner and they are going to hell if they don't have Christ. Why should you laugh like that? This is true. It's written in the Bible, right? In a way.
Yeah.
So what do y'all say?
I
If you don't say it, you are withholding truth from your friend. Yes.
I mean, this one is like pretty extreme way. It's like
It's quite
old school way of doing it. I mean,
Really?
I think
Old
like
school?
we can expect like a broken friendship.
I don't know. It might work on some people, but like even personally, if like, I don't know Christ and people say, come up to me, oh, if you don't accept Christ, you're gonna die, man. You're a sinner, bro. I'm like, what? It's like it pictures Christianity like very scarily, fearfully.
Yeah.
It's
I think-
personally why I don't think it should be enough. Yeah. So that's why I put it like 10.
10.
10.
Okay. Quite
Pretty
extreme.
extreme, man.
Uh,
Yeah.
I know Pastor has a friend that does this, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Maybe it's you lah.
I neither deny nor affirm. Is it? I can neither confirm or deny.
But what do you think is extreme?
Depends. I think it depends on your friendship with the person.
Okay.
Yeah, some friends can take it. Some friends rather you tell them straight. Some friends don't appreciate it, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. So just wondering, why did the organizer choose Hong Kong background? Any significance?
Maybe. Jesus.
Okay. Not trying to say Hong Kong is
Hong Kong,
a bad place, huh?
Hey, it's a
Okay.
good place.
Ah,
Okay.
all right.
All right. Okay.
Cool.
So the last one is this, right? The last one is basically we're gonna show you a video. All right, Joshua and Ariel. I don't know how you can watch the video. Maybe I don't know, organizer, you figure it out. But on screen, those of you who are viewing, you will also be watching this video, and we would definitely love for you to participate. So let us know, extreme or not, and your thoughts on this method of evangelism. Okay. 10 is extreme, 0 is meh, it's normal, we should do more of this. Okay, so organizer, you can play the video. It's a 1 minute video, very short. Let's take a look at that.
A video of a group of people singing Christian worship music on an airplane has gone viral and sparked considerable debate on social media. The video originates from a Facebook post by Jack Jench Jr., who appears to be a pastor. In a video posted to TikTok, a guy can be seen standing in the aisle with his guitar, cheerfully strumming away while a group of people stand behind him and join in with the singing. The camera then pans around the cabin, showing a mix of enthusiastic faces and really, really uncomfortable ones.
Yeah, you managed to watch
Hey,
Joshua, Ariel.
what do you think?
So,
I mean, the guy's really daring.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Daring,
Yeah. I mean, if I weren't
as in
Christian, I'd be kind of like uncomfortable with that, but I don't know.
okay. So
Yeah.
Joshua,
Mm.
let me ask you this. What if he
Mm.
got up, took the guitar and started singing a Bruno Mars song?
I mean, I would still be uncomfortable because it's a plane, right? You have to think about the scenario. Like, what normally people on planes, you're going to be up there for at least an hour or so with like random people. Would you really want to like listen to some random guy singing songs with his guitar? For right? Some people can
I don't
take it lah,
know.
but like, I don't think it's a good like. Personally, I don't think it's very respectful to do that in such an area. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you?
Me, right? Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think I wouldn't do that. I'll be scared that people throw peanuts at me or something. But like, like people are resting their plane. It's like, what if it's like a 72-hour flight, and then you get out and like you start singing, and it's like disrupting the peace and everything. So I think he was very bold, very, very cool, I guess. Mm.
Okay. How you rate that in terms of extremeness?
Extremeness.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I rated. What was it? Passion of Christ or something? One of them I rated 10. So yeah, I guess my bar's really low. So that's a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10.
Yeah. I mean, it looks cool from
Wow.
a TikTok video, but like, imagine you're actually there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. Very uncomfortable, huh? Okay.
So
How about you, Ariel? How does Ariel rate this?
Yeah, agree. Can. Mm.
10 as well. Wow. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but this a Christian thing, right? Like you have a guy taking up his guitar, singing worship song on the plane, trying. I don't know if is he trying to evangelize. I don't know, but isn't this all our passion? Like your passion, my passion, passion in the love of Jesus that we want to tell everyone, and this is an opportunity that he saw and he did it. So why would you think it's extreme, and why would you say that maybe you should have done that uncomfortable? Are you then trying to say that there's the right place and time to do certain things? And I don't know.
Mm. I think there's
Mm.
like when we say right place and time, right? There's like our perspective and there's God's perspective as well. Because like how God thinks is completely different from us, right? He could suddenly call you. He might have called him to do that, right? And it could have been the right thing for some people who would have been touched by it. But that's all into context. If you're looking at it from an outsider's perspective completely, it's like not comfortable for other people. But that's out of context, and that's what the video was, right? So for me, I would say that how I view evangelism is like very more lifestyle thing. So it's not some like you try to do big events like singing in front of people or like preaching like 50,000 people or like suddenly calling like 10 friends or like 20 friends to go on a prayer rally, that kind of thing. For me, it's like how I've done it and how I currently do it. Is I try to like just make friends with people, talk to them about it, subtly move on to
Mm.
it, and yeah, that works for me lah. But obviously, there are some people like I think there's a pastor from BMC. I think it's Pastor Daniel, right? I'm not sure if he's still with BMC, but I've heard stories of him like just randomly talking to taxi drivers and mama workers and cleaners about Christ, like out of nowhere. And yeah, some people can do that. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
for me personally, it's not what I'm talented in or called to do. Yeah, and that's my views on it, lah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, everybody, if you have any questions, you can go to Slido, scan the QR code, or just go to sli.do, enter the code ATChat, and you'll be able to use that function there to ask us any questions. Ask Joshua, Ariel, or even Kanish. Don't ask me. Any questions you have about evangelism? All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Actually,
cool,
I
cool.
like rather I'm
Yeah.
interested. I find that one of the term that you use quite interesting, Joshua. So maybe we can build on that. Like you said that to you specifically, and maybe to others as well. I'm not sure about Ariel. Evangelism is a lifestyle, right? What do you mean by that? And yeah, how do you what do you mean by that? How do you do it? Evangelism as a lifestyle and not really an activity or
Okay.
project, say. Yeah.
So for me, evangelism can absolutely be an activity, but I find it less effective than you just try living the life of a standard of a Christian, not perfect lah, but like as a Christian, doing aspects of it in your daily life, and just having other people see what Christ's effect is on your life and how much of a blessing it can be, right? So I think a great example for me would be my high school. So in high school, I was not exactly the best student. I didn't really score that greatly, but I spent most of my time like hanging out with friends, talking, playing games and stuff like that, right? So like, these people knew me as this guy who just slacks off, and they also know that during my free time, besides playing games and like studying a little bit, not really, that I go to church every Saturday for. Last time we had Revel Academy, and yeah, because they always call me like do stuff in the morning and Saturday mornings. So I always can't make it on, right? So they see that this guy has so like this guy spends his time in church so much instead of playing games and stuff like that lah. And so what happened was that we were just doing that. We were just living our normal life, and we had IGs in 2017, and I was not expected to do well at all because my past results are like terrible. I like got I got like what between 0 to 30 in add maths for all my add math stats within like the 2 years of from 4 and from 5. It was terrible, and
Oh
yeah.
wow.
So what these guys saw from me is that during my daily life, it's just I'm a guy who hangs out. I'm a guy who goes to church, and I'm a guy who's not willing to do certain things like swearing too much. No, actually, no, I didn't swear at all. Not like swearing or like talking to my teachers and stuff. Even though I was a bad student, I did not talk back to my teachers or do anything like that. Like I made it a point to not to be respectful of people. So that's what they saw. And but at first they
Right.
thought like, oh, makes no difference. Right, this guy's still like trash student. God can't bless him in his life. He's going to be a failure. Not a failure, lah, but like it's not going to be as successful. But then IGs, so I got straight A's. And then it got interested in me. Like I stopped talking to my friends for a while after exams because we don't see each other anymore, right? No more classes and stuff. But after a while, I got like
Right.
some text messages that started, oh, let's hang out. Then they were interested, lah. They asked like, oh, what happened? How come you suddenly what kind of cheat you do, bro? How come you suddenly so smart? And I'm like, oh, uh, I really didn't want to answer that. So I answer stuff like, oh, I have good tuition teacher. I don't know, and I go to church a lot, so probably God bless me, that kind of thing. Then that starts to get people interested. They're like, oh, this is the kind of effect that Christian God could have on their life. Maybe interested. Yeah, they ask, can I come to? If they're like, can you tell me more about this? Then start talking about it. Maybe invite 1 or 2 people home. So I got a few friends who came at homes. Yeah, I always start at home, so I got smaller group.
Yeah.
Like some of them start coming to church, start coming to like campus service that time, that kind of thing lah. So that's just one example, but yeah, that's kind of my experience with it.
Wow. You know, when you said 0 to
Wow.
13 for
What a
ATMATs,
story.
I saw Ariel's face judging you completely.
No.
Yeah. But then I got A star in the IG, so all worth it.
You're very good at it.
Got a good teacher, and I got God. Want to come church?
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Not bad. Subtle, huh? Yeah. Okay. What do you think about that, Ariel? Like, what do you think about this whole concept of evangelism being a lifestyle?
I agree, yeah. And like I think when it comes to experience, it's a lot more convincing because there's like evidence, there is like proof, like hey, like this works, like this equation works, and there is fruit, there is a
Yeah.
product, and yeah, and it's also like it's very smooth compared to if you just got someone and start telling them that they're gonna go to hell, or like even the aeroplane one, like it. I find the guy very bold, very brave, and I don't think I'll ever be able to do that. That's why it's so admirable. But like the achievability of evangelizing, it's a different story lah, and people might find it comfortable. And
Yeah.
people are emotional. Then people are emotional creatures, right? Like you offend them a bit, and they don't want to hear you talk anymore. But when it's real and it's happened, like the straight A's one, like whoa, like this is very cool. Like it's like a miracle in itself, and you cannot deny that it happened. You cannot deny that something different was added into the equation, and yeah, and so I think it makes people more convinced. And, hey, yeah, I want to try this.
Yeah.
I want to try this for myself as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, evangelism as a lifestyle,
Wow.
huh? Actually, that's a very good testimony, Joshua. Well done. Yes.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. What else is there? Any questions so
So
far?
far, no questions from the crowd.
Look like no, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. But we have questions, right? Yes. Okay.
So,
Yes, Ganesh, you were thinking of something.
yeah. So I wanted to never mind, maybe we come back to that later. I had something in mind, but so the thing about what I used to experience, and maybe you can shed some light on how you do it, or is this something that is quite common, for the younger people? But sometimes I fall into a trap where people say that I make friends with intention to evangelize to them. Then it feels like to them, it becomes like the friendship is very fake one, because after a while they know that you are going to invite them to church. So it's like there's an agenda behind that friendship. What do you think about that?
Hmm.
Because you see, I put things into context lah. Okay, in church, when we go for our youth group, our church meetings, it's very common to hear our cell group leaders, our pastors, and to share with us that, hey, why don't go and invite your friends to church? Go and invite your friends to church. If only they can experience and taste the goodness of God, they will be blessed. Their life will be changed. Yeah. So we hear that on Saturdays, on Sundays, uh, and then we go to our friend. Won't you feel like a conscious where I am doing this because my pastor says so? I'm doing this because like I want him to convert, and so it becomes like a very selfish personal agenda. Would you feel that way, or would you feel
Hmm.
otherwise? Like, this guy needs it, man. I need to bring him to church. That kind of thing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. If that's your intention, that like when you go and talk to your friends, all you see in them is, oh, I want to bring this guy to Christ. All I need to do is everything I do is because I want to bring him to this Christ. I don't care about this guy's well-being. I don't care about this guy's like life or anything. Don't care about his story. All I want is to reach the end goal to bring him to Christ, right? I mean, if you look at people that way, I don't think that's a very fair way to look at people, and it's a very selfish way to look at people, as you said before. Even though like it says in the Bible, our calling is to go and reach out to people, but we have to understand that why we are called to reach out to people is because God wants to save them and God wants them to come back to Him, right? So that they may see the light, right? So if those people don't have intention or don't want to be interested in seeing that light, then there's not really much of a point, because even if they come back to Christ, they're going to reject it anyways, right? God hasn't opened their hearts yet, correct?
Mm.
So I find that if you want to like evangelize to someone well, um, you don't think about evangelism first. You think about them as a person first. You have to be interested in them as a person first. Even if you're not, you have to like be willing to at least listen to them, to ask them questions and to find out more about them. It's
Right.
like you're not gonna be able to effectively share with them anything, or everything that you're going to say has no context in their life, and then it's not going to work, right? I mean, it's like, yeah, it's also like same when you like, let's say you like something like Ganesh, you like Star Wars, right? When you want to convince me why I should like Star Wars, you don't go and say stuff like, oh, Star Wars me in the 80s, it's very cool. I like it. I was born there. It has no context to my life because I'm like, yeah, it's like different thing, right? But if you contextualize it, you make it seem like, oh, it's a cool movie. You like movies, right? It's one of the first visual effects movie. You like Steven Spielberg? Have you seen Indiana Jones? Or similar type of movie, that kind of thing. You contextualize it, then it's more effective, lah. Yeah.
Very good. Thanks for that. How about you,
Yeah.
Ariel?
Honestly, I get it. Like I think it's totally understandable when people think it's like pretentious, or like you pretend like want to be your friend, in the end like it's for your own agenda, your own goal behind it. And I think I've thought of this before. That's why I
Yeah.
hesitated. I think it's also the reason why I hesitated to do like revel before, even because you're afraid that people think that you're just doing it for the sake of like your own religion, your own relationship with God, and not really because you truly care about them. Even though that's not true, but and I think we all, when Christians evangelize, we all know deep down that it's really for, it's not just for like the extension of God's kingdom, it's also for the person themselves, right? And it's also because you care about them, that's why you want to tell them about God. But then they don't know that, right? And they're not aware of that. So
Ah,
if they feel that way, yeah, I think it's very, very valid. It's very valid, but I think like Joshua said as well, just um, make sure that it's very obvious to them that you really genuinely and authentically care about them as a person, and that they matter to you as well, and not just about it's not just their salvation that matters. Yeah. People are like that. Mm.
Okay. On that, right? I mean,
Yeah.
just like hypothetically, lah, right? Okay, so you're talking about being like not just look at so like, I'm not supposed to just look at Ganesh as someone to convert, right? Uh, although that would be good lah. Like what I've got, I know that what I have is so good that he should have it too. But you said that you and Joshua both said I should genuinely be his friend and etc etc. Right? So, question is, there are so many people on planet Earth that don't know Jesus, right? So, like, of course, the idea is to save as many as we can. uh, how is it possible to be that kind of genuine friend with so many people? Wouldn't you like out of a million people, like some of them you really just got no time to be so friend with? Like you just have to like literally just want to convert them. I don't know. How does this method of like, oh, I must be genuine friend, I must really, really care for the person. Yeah, you can do it to one person, 2%, five. Like how do you do it to like billions of people who don't know Jesus yet? Yeah. What do you have to say about that?
Oh, point made.
Sorry, yeah, is it a tough question?
So you guys have to be faster lah. So you go on stage and talk.
So I guess there's a place for that also, right? There's a place for like mass evangelism, right? You preach from the stage, or you do a YouTube video, or hey Joshua sing on a plane.
Yeah. I think that I think it's blessing or talent. I don't know. I would say, or calling lah. Some people are just more ready and more successful at this kind of things. Like pastor yourself sharing on the stage in front of like
Right.
50,000 people, right? You can do that kind of thing, and it'll probably be like somewhat successful. Like you have your own like revolution. You did your revolution worship project, right? The goal is to like share to as many people as possible Malaysian worship songs and what God can inspire us to do, right? That kind of thing to share to a lot of people. Yeah, I don't think I can do that kind of stuff. So it's yeah, but we're all
Right,
blessed in
right.
different areas now. How I see like my method working is that I have to remember that I'm not the only Christian in the world, and that if
Right.
God helps each and every single one of us in our lifetime to reach out to at least one or two people, maybe in every year or two. Think about it, lah. If like we're successfully able as one Christian to reach out to one or two people every year, and we do that over our lifetime, that's like 100+ people we can actually physically like save, right? Even if you're not super close with all of them,
Yeah.
over that kind of lifetime, we're going to make that many friends lah in general. So there's a possibility that we can actually save that person if we do worship as a lifestyle without doing all the mass stuff, all the mass events and things. And if that applies to every single Christian in the world,
Yeah.
over a couple like maybe few years, right? Theoretically, lah, we can actually save the entire world. But yeah, not everyone is called the same way, lah. So obviously, that's not going to happen. But well, it might happen. I hope it does. But realistically, for now, it's a bit far off, lah. Yeah, but that's how I see it. That is completely possible for it if we just share to one or two people per like of our very close friends per year, and we successfully save them. As Christians, we can save the world. Yeah.
Very cool. All right.
Okay.
Ganesh,
Yeah.
I asked a
Tough,
tough
ah.
question already. Wow.
I
How
I
about
don't
you,
know. I
Ganesh?
think different people got
You
different people are given various avenue lah, right, to share the gospel, to share the good news,
yeah.
and some people are just naturally blessed to have a lot of followers on their Instagram, and sometimes messages through Instagram can reach out to people that you cannot reach out to. You get what I mean? Like you can reach people that you cannot like, directly reach them.
Yeah.
And I think the world now works around media a lot. So one way or another, that could work. While some are naturally talented by just being themselves, like you said earlier, Joshua, evangelism is a lifestyle, right? They just live out the goodness of God in their life, and people are drawn to them. And I think the
Yeah.
the idea is to make use of the talents that God has given you, right? Whether you are the media person or you are the person who is so good at living the Christian life that people, when they look at you, right? In Matthew, it says, when they look at your life, your light, they praise our Father in heaven. And that is evangelism, right? The problem comes when people don't use their talent, no? Like you got so many followers, but you don't reach out to them through, whatever means. You live the life of a Christian, so good life, but you live it only within yourself, no one gets to share that goodness because you don't share it with them. And that's where I think things get stuck lah. You're not able to do the masses. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Awesome.
yeah. Okay. So I've got a question. Like, do you need to be a professional to evangelize? Like, is it a I know like evangelism is like one of the 5 jobs that God has given to Christian, right? The pastor, teacher, apostle, blah, blah, blah. And then one of them is evangelist. Like, so you need to be
Five
that
job.
kind of person. Like, you need to be called into the fivefold ministry. You have to be a pastor to talk about Jesus. How does that work? Like, or anyone can evangelize, but what's the criteria? What are your thoughts on that? Ariel, you want to try that out?
No lah, we don't need to have all the faster title and all the fancy, sophisticated status. But just, I think as long as, I think because there are like so many verses in the Bible that clearly says like just to evangelize and like to emphasizing on just sharing about God and all that. Yeah, I think as long as you have something, as long as you have something to share, then you can utilize. You can. Yeah, I don't think maybe people and honestly, like sometimes the titles, right? The titles will make people feel more intimidated, and people feel more scared to accept and to listen, because everyone knows you as like, oh, pastor or like elder. Yeah, I think anyone can evangelize as long as you really believe it for yourself and it really matters
Mm.
and you are passionate about it. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So when someone says they are an evangelist, then what are they? Is it like some kind of professional job or what? Like, because I met people before, like, oh, hi, I'm an evangelist. They said, what does that mean?
No, who's paying them?
Who's paying them? then suddenly you ask them, they say God. Wow, then we know, lor.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
So don't have to be professional lah, basically, right? You're saying
Yeah, that
anyone can do it lah. Yeah. Okay. So those who call themselves evangelists, they are being paid to do it lah.
so they get commission.
Commission. No lah, no lah, no lah. It's just a calling, lah. It's just calling, right?
Yeah.
Any thoughts, Joshua?
Always trying about people
Yeah.
being evangelists or what is it? Yeah,
You have to be a
professional.
professional.
No, you
You have to
don't.
be a
No,
professional.
you don't. Anyone
Yeah.
can evangelize. Really, anyone can evangelize. I've heard stories of like people who've been Christian for like a week and they get their friends to come to church already. I don't know how they do it, but like some people can now. But
Wow.
you don't need to be an expert or a professional to evangelize to people. Like how you don't have to be an expert in Star Wars to tell people that Star Wars is a cool movie. Yeah,
Really?
Wow.
yeah.
Is Star Wars a cool movie?
I haven't watched it, so yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Well, maybe
Good,
that's a
good.
good
right.
analogy, right? You don't need to be a Star Wars expert to evangelize about Star Wars. You just need to maybe watch that show one time. You will like it. You tell someone about it, and that's it, right? So perhaps you're right, lah. That your Christian friend go to church 1 week. Got saved. He liked it. He share to people, and they want to like what you like, lah. So they also come to church. And maybe sometimes evangelism is as simple as that, lah. But we probably complicate things often, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
But I would say the most people, the thing that's stopping them is like fear. And not being qualified, like you said, or so what? Are they qualified enough? That's a fear of not being evangelized, right? Because they're scared that they're not good enough to
Yeah.
evangelize, right? But like, I mean, even in scriptures, it even says like, what was it? It's like, 2 Timothy chapter 4, I think verse 1 to about 6 is just a summarize for the passage now. It's just stuff about being ready to evangelize no matter where you are, and it's a calling from God. So you should not be afraid because you have God's backing with you to evangelize. You will be with God's help. You will be able to evangelize no matter where you are and at what time now, right? Even to the most unseemly people.
Right.
Sometimes through God's blessing, you can just talk to these people and evangelize to them. So yeah, normally I look to that scripture whenever I'm doubting myself with what I'm doing now.
So good. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, man. So I think, Kanesh, that's all we have for everyone today.
Yes.
Yeah. Unless there's any more question, I'm checking. I don't think there's any. Because everybody is expert already, lah.
Yeah. But it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any how to say, any final words from Joshua and Ariel regarding this topic for those who are watching today? Maybe Ariel want to go first?
Huh?
Is Ariel still here?
I think Joshua looks more prepared.
Okay. I thought evangelism is about being prepared at all time. Okay, Joshua. Should
Okay,
throw you under the bus. Okay. What?
Final words can give some advice lah. So as I said, evangelism should be a lifestyle. Shouldn't be too complicated. Should try to keep it casual. Because God can be everywhere in your life, and you should be prepared, as in the verse said, to evangelize no matter where you are. Be reminded that God will give you strength and God will give you peace, so you will be able to evangelize with His backing, no matter how afraid you might be. And just be ready and just talk to your friends about this, like how you will talk to your friends about Star Wars.
Wow, this Star Wars thing, huh? Wow.
Yeah, man.
So popular.
Ganesh bring up Star Wars, then
subtly evangelizing Star Wars.
That's what I haven't watched Star Wars, so I don't know why I'm saying this.
You will watch after this, yes.
Yeah, maybe lah.
Okay. Cool. Ariel, are you ready now?
Yeah. I think a lot. I think a lot of people my age, I guess, just need to. I think we need to be reminded that, yeah, like what we have to share is enough.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, it's scary. It's like because we fear like broken friendships, and we fear judgment and like prejudice. But yeah, I think God takes care of us, and God gives us the right words to say, not offend people, and yeah, I think you'll be okay. And yeah, God takes care of you, and He helps. He helps you through it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Hmm.
nice. Thank you
Okay.
for sharing that.
Yes.
All right, looks like we've come to the end of today's episode of ATChat, and we've heard everyone's last words on this topic. And yeah, we hope you've been blessed, all of you. Stay tuned to our social media accounts for anything else that's happening in Athens.
Yes. Okay. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks, Joshua and Ariel. Signing out. Bye bye.